and welcome to the Out of the Ordinary Friends podcast. This is our 10th episode. Wow. Come a long way, guys.
Crazy.
You know, we had our first, our rough episode where, you know, we went on for 2 hours and talked probably about an hour and a half too long.
Way too long.
Probably.
Andrew disagrees.
Yeah.
We can go on for hours.
We can. We can,
could,
but yeah.
But do we want to?
Yeah. Well, my name is Zach. Well, let's just go around clockwise.
I'm Andrew Silva.
I'm Michael Samora.
I'm
Sounds like Andrew.
I'm Alex Silva.
All right. Well,
I'm
okay.
Alex Silva.
Before we get into any of our segments, I wanted to bring up something that me and Michael were talking about earlier this week.
What?
Oh, no.
Mint as a flavor
Oh, no.
I saw a tweet about
in
it today.
candies specifically.
Angry about it all over again.
Michael hates this. I love it.
I'm not a fan.
I like it too. I like it too.
My God, Andrew.
Wait, but you mean in, like, food?
Oh, hold on.
Candy.
Describe it better.
Because in my mind, when I think of mint, I think of just the mint toothpaste. Or mint
Okay, I'm
gum.
talking about say a junior mint, like a candy, like a chocolate and mint combination,
good
like thin
No
mints.
thanks.
No.
You don't like thin
Abomination.
mints?
No, I do not.
I love thin mints.
Gross.
God,
What is
you
it?
guys might be terrorists.
What is it with you guys? Was it like when you were younger? You're just like you
I
had
don't
it.
like
and-
the combination of flavor.
If I want to eat toothpaste, I'll eat toothpaste. I don't need a mint. I don't need a candy form of it.
But it's not just mint; it's the chocolatey goodness
it
with
doesn't
the
go
mint.
together.
Yes, it does.
And with the thin mint, it's like it's very like they just are so together to get like so good together. Together. They're so good together. Like it's not like one is overpowering the other.
The mint is very overpowering.
Yes, it's supposed to be mint with the hint of chocolate. That's why it's a very thin film of chocolate on the outside of like a junior mint.
I hate that because usually they trick you by having a lot of chocolate around it. You're thinking,
We come back
goody
to-
chocolate.
we come back
and
to
then it's just
trickery.
like, oh no.
If you try to trick Andrew, he's gonna hate it.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot you have that thing.
That thing with nuts. Go listen to episode
My condition.
Yeah, Andrew's dumb.
Is that one of your favorite combinations, Zach? The mint and chocolate?
I really like it. That's one of the few combinations I really like. I just love and I need to have.
See, I like that, but I don't like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I like thin mints and
not?
I like junior mints.
Yeah,
They're
that,
okay.
that doesn't really make sense.
That's just ice
Yeah.
cream.
It's like a junior mint but cold.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't like
I
it.
thought you were dumb before, but and worse.
Thanks.
Yeah, all right. So it's really just me then.
I guess so.
It might
all
be
around.
Yeah.
Well,
All
there
right.
was that dilemma I had where I wanted to get Whoppers at AM PM.
This was the works of the gods playing
and
against you.
I didn't realize the box of the Whoppers was right next to the Junior Mints. And I didn't notice that until I got home and I ate a Whopper and it was minty as hell. And just the mint was overpowering the chocolate and I poured them in a bowl hoping it would air out the scent of mint, but nope, no dice. Threw it away.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
you're a
Because
monster.
I like mint and I like Whoppers.
That box has been
Wasn't the
forever
best, but like, I mean, it was still edible to me.
for the mint in another box to get in the chocolate in another
no
box.
All right, well, let's just move on.
boiling
Let's
it
hit
up
the
here.
entertainment corner for Alex Silva.
Hit it.
Well, there's not too much to go around. Like, there's a lot of trailers, which I thought were okay.
Like what? What kind of trailers?
Toy Story 4, if you guys saw that trailer, looks all right.
I did see
Looks
that.
a lot better than I thought it was. The first trailer kind of threw me off. Didn't really know what was happening, but they were just saying that, hey, Toy Story 4 is coming out. But now this one gives you more of a story of what's happening with the toys. And I actually kind of like where they're going with it, but I'll have to wait and see.
Now, I
what do
haven't
you
seen
guys
this. What is it trying to say is going to happen
It's
throughout
like-
this movie?
Well,
The-
spoilers for anyone who's not seen the trailer.
Yeah, the
Where-
toys get split up, right? And I've only seen the trailer once, but it seems like Woody gets lost and he's connected with Bo Peep, and Bo Peep is completely different. And it feels like she's trying to, like, again, I've only seen this once, trying to get him back to the other toys, and they all go looking for Woody. So it looks like could be pretty cool.
So she's evil now.
Well, I don't know actually.
Twist.
I have no
You know,
idea.
how do you know that they don't put fake stuff in the trailer?
They
This is true. There might
the
not be a Toy
directors
Story
didn't
4.
come out and say it, so I don't
Well,
know.
That doesn't mean that they didn't do it.
I know. But that's a different conversation, Mike. We've had this before.
I know we have. We don't have to have it again.
No.
You feel like you don't have the energy for it today?
No, I can't.
Are you sick or something?
I can't do it. No, I can't do it today. I'll do it when the movie comes closer.
Come on, Alex. This is our anniversary
This is our
episode.
10th
You just
episode.
gotta laugh at that.
Okay. So what's happening now is that apparently in Avengers Infinity War and supposedly the Endgame trailers have footage that is not going to be used in the movie to misdirect audiences and fans.
Which we saw actually happen in Infinity War.
Yes,
that last shot, right? Where they're all running in
Yep.
Wakanda with the Hulk.
yeah.
and
Hulk is
everything.
in Wakanda.
Straight up fake.
Not in the movie.
None of that
whatsoever.
happens. And I was like, hey, that didn't happen. But I'm fine with that. Are you guys fine with them putting stuff in the trailers to kind of misdirect you? Because a lot of times trailers just show the whole movie.
I was fine with that one because technically all those people were in Wakanda. If it was like Iron Man like flying with them and then you watch the movie,
I would've
and it's
been
like,
kinda
nope, different planet, I would have been mad.
They were technically, like, correct.
Yeah, they just weren't all running together. It just
And
wasn't
there
that
wasn't a
particular
Hulk.
shot. Yeah, and it wasn't the Hulk.
Yeah.
So, but if, like in this new trailer, like them all walking together in the white suits.
Sorry, Andrew.
If that's not real,
Should I just walk out?
No.
he doesn't know what that means.
That's
White
true. He doesn't know
suits.
what that is.
Well, people who've seen the trailer know what I'm talking about. If that's not real, I'll be upset.
Also, one scene when Ant-Man, we talked about this, Michael. Ant-Man
Don
is
inside everyone.
Ant-Man is supposedly back already after everyone disappeared.
Andrew, you know he's back.
And
No, I don't.
he's like in the real world and he sees like a flyer, everyone's gone, and then it's like, oh, like how did Ant-Man even get back? We don't know that yet.
Nope.
No.
So it's like I think that's a whole misdirection.
Andrew, you know
too.
that he's back. Why are you making
I don't
faces?
want to know anything.
It could be a misdirection.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, it could be a
Ant-Man-
misdirection.
I don't
It's
want
all
to
a
know.
dream.
I don't
He's
want to know.
dying.
He could be dead, for all I know.
Also, all the trailers have hints of red whenever they go to
That
the
doesn't mean
black
anything.
and white scenes.
You're
think
reaching.
I think it means something.
It's for dramatic effect.
Whatever. Andrew, come on.
Midi-chlorians.
Yeah,
Don't
quit
wanna
throwing
know
all that
a
bitch fit over there.
Okay, next time you have to watch the trailers to have
I
a full
refuse.
discussion.
Oh, you're giving him an order. He's gonna refuse.
Yeah.
You please.
We've gone over
And,
this.
no.
No.
Nope.
Okay. There's something else I want to talk about, and it has to do with Star Wars.
You said you had like nothing.
No.
Well, I just thought of this.
Oh, so you lied.
So
Brace yourself.
it
teaser.
was not. It's a rumor right now that the guys who are doing Game of Thrones are going to start shooting their first movie this fall, and the premise is years. I'm talking like hundreds of years before the Skywalkers. Is
Did you
this
say Game of
hinting?
Thrones?
Is this hinting?
Yeah, the showrunners.
Yeah, the
Oh.
showrunners. Is this hinting Old Republic? And if it is, are you guys down for that?
Yes.
I think it is the Old Republic, and I'd be down for that.
I don't know what that means, but
Oh, yeah.
just
Just
explain
explain that
explain
for the
Old
people that don't
Republic
know what that
for
is.
It's like
everyone.
it's basically like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. It's like way back conflict. Like before there was like the rule of
Sith.
two. It's like armies of Sith and armies of Jedi, and they fought against each other. And that's basically the Old Republic. But you have like these big name Sith like Darth Bane, Darth Nihilus, Darth Revan, who were all part of the that era. And I can't remember which one, but one of them actually founded the rule of two. So where there can only be one Sith. And that's how that started. But that's like the era that I think they're going to go. And I think that's cool because that appeals more to the people who like Game of Thrones and stuff. It like broadens what they've already covered a lot more. And I think that's what they need because Star Wars right now is it's not in its best spot right now, I think. And I think if they do announce something like this, we'll have to wait like less than a month at Celebration if they do. But I think that can be pretty cool. Is that all you have to say?
Yeah. I don't know as much of the Old Republic as you do, so
I'm more excited to
Just-
see that. I just wanted to move away from Skywalker.
just
Well,
new
it
stuff.
looks like you're gonna get that.
I'm really excited just because I think the only time that era has ever been portrayed is in the old Knights of the Old Republic games.
Yeah.
And those were a lot darker. And I mean, the Game of Thrones people, like, Game of Thrones is dark. So I think they could do that well.
Like Lucasfilm has to know their strengths, and like this has got to be what they want them to do. Like I can see like Jon Snow coming in being the lead, maybe. Who knows?
Was it the actor?
No, the character.
Actor,
The
yes, the
character.
acter. What's the actor's name? I don't know.
John?
Harrington.
Kit Harington. Yeah, I could see him. I could see Sophie Turner.
Daenerys.
Daenerys. Well, not really. Wait, who's
Oh, you knew
Daenerys?
this one.
Who plays Daenerys?
Emilia Clarke.
She's already in Star Wars.
Yeah.
She can't.
Let's
be.
just bring Game of Thrones into Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Biggest
And
nerd
just
culture film
have
you've
the
ever
Star Wars
seen.
title, but it's just Game of Thrones.
A Game of Thrones story.
Does it get any nerdier than that? Game of Thrones and Star Wars combined?
No. Yeah.
Throw
I
in
think so.
Star Trek and Lord of the Rings, and you got like all of it.
Star Trek's like a lame nerd, though.
Wait a sec.
Cool.
What? No, it's not that lame.
It's not cool to like Star Trek. It's cool to like Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
It appeals more to the general public. I think you really need to concentrate when you watch
It's a much
Star Trek.
simpler tale.
what is.
Star Wars.
Yeah. It's a tale. There you go. It's a tale.
It's like they're bad, we're good. All right, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, Star Trek is more about like, I don't know, exploration and just like not studying, but research and discovering stuff. I like that about Star Trek.
More science based.
Yeah, it's more sci-fi than fantasy, but yeah, I can see that. We'll see though. I hope it happens. That'd be really cool because we have not seen anything on Old Republic at all. We've only been getting those games.
Yep.
And from what like Disney has been like, it seems like they were shoving that to the side. Like, let's not do anything about that. But if this is true, then I would be very, very excited for that. But I'm surprised that they're going to movies because Game of Thrones, how many episodes? Like 70 maybe?
I think 12.
67 right now.
67 right now. But they're used to those the long runtime, I guess. I don't know. God,
I mean, that's basically 67 hours.
yeah, 67 hours to tell like one and multiple stories. Right now, it's rumored that they get a trilogy, so we'll see if they're gonna make that into a more concealed.
This is a giant rumor.
A giant rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This could
a
all
lot
be
of
wrong.
hearsay.
I could be so wrong, but it sparks conversation, man.
I hope you're
That's what I
wrong,
like.
just so that you're wrong.
That I'm on board with that.
I hate you.
I really hope I'm not wrong. All right,
Speaking of tales, Andrew, you read any good books lately?
No. Pass.
Damn. Do you even read comics? Or did you?
No.
I was with you when you bought some. Did you read those?
I bought one.
And did
Yes,
you
I
read it?
Yeah, I read it.
Okay. What was it?
Green Lantern.
Uh-oh.
Nerd.
Okay.
Well, Andrew, you saw Us, right?
I did see Us.
How was it?
That was. Oh, I'm still recovering.
Oh, that good or just that crazy?
Was it really that good, or are you just on a high right now?
Okay, before I even say anything, spoiler alert for anyone who has not seen this damn.
Well, I mean, that's all of us.
Well, do you want me to spoil it for you guys?
No, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
Just
just talk
give me
about it.
say what you thought was good without giving it any points.
Yeah. Say the really good parts without saying like what happened, and then the really bad parts without saying what happened.
I think the acting was very good. The premise is really good. I think the thing that was probably the bad parts about it was the ending isn't as clear as Get Out is. It doesn't end on like a nice, clean end.
Like it
There's
doesn't
some-
like close.
Yeah, it doesn't close at
Ambiguity?
all.
Okay.
And I think for you guys, don't go in thinking or trying to think of what it's gonna be, because I did, and I was like frustrated at one point. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
So you kind of had like a checklist going.
Not
on.
really, no, not like Alex, but I had just this
don't have a checklist.
little idea of how it was gonna go. The movie, not like specific parts in the movie, but just the whole movie in general, and then it wasn't that at all. And I was thrown for a loop.
Did you get any snacks?
No.
No Junior Mints.
No. And Skittles #1.
Okay. Well,
What was it early
Where-
showing, right? Like 11?
What?
You went early? Like
Yeah, I
really
went
early?
11 a.m.
Would you get popcorn still?
Would I?
Yeah.
Probably not.
That early? No.
I would. It's freshly made.
Isn't it always freshly made?
It wasn't the first showing though. It was open for another
Okay.
hour.
Never mind. Sorry. But this whole like twist that it gave you like that, right?
Yes.
Or did it just frustrate you more?
No. It was good. But it doesn't come till later. So like when stuff starts happening, you're like, what's going on?
So I want to see that movie, but it looks scary as hell.
No, it wasn't.
You weren't scared?
No.
Okay.
Really?
Andrew's a big boy.
Yeah.
He doesn't scare easily.
So what would you say is better, Us or Get Out?
Get Out. It was very simple, pretty easy to follow, nice clean story.
Okay.
This one was kind of all over the place, and then
So you don't like messy stories?
no, I do not.
Or messiness in general.
Yeah, messy food.
No.
All right.
Like sloppy joes? No, I do not.
Let's hit Michael's mind corner.
Okay. So
Michael, keep in mind that some of our viewers might be
was a good
well
one.
versed in the psychological knowledge.
Who is?
Did you catch yourself?
Other people
You
have
said,
taken the mind class that Michael has.
You said
Oh.
keep in mind. That was a pretty good
I
joke.
hate you.
Okay, we're done for the week.
Yep, we are canceled.
All right. Well, this one's not really psychology related. It's more like self-help kind of. I don't know if you guys like. I know Andrew has a self-help book. I don't know if he's read it.
No.
Nope.
Andrew doesn't need help.
All right, hang on. Let's see. So this is from Psychology Today. So I'm sure we've all done this. Like when you compare yourself to someone like in a certain group, based on like a kind of trait that they have, whether it's like fitness, intelligence, or something. They did a study showing that when you make comparisons of yourself to someone who has like a much higher status in that domain, like you feel kind of like helpless, not helpless,
Shitty?
like, yeah. So, but if you're comparing yourself, if it's a group of like even your own friends, if they're out doing stuff and you're like at home, you experience what's called FOMO, which is the fear of missing out, which is a real thing. I didn't know about that, but it is. So even if they are like your own like close friends, if they're doing stuff and you happen to miss it, you're gonna feel like, oh man, like I'm not like as socially, like I'm not a social butterfly like the rest of them. Or if there's someone in the group who's like really fit, you compare yourself to that person the most compared to the rest of them, even though they might not be that fit. Why are you smiling?
Nothing.
No, nothing's wrong.
That was the easiest thing I can come up with. All right, so
Continue.
let's see. Let me just get this. So there's actually, according to social cognitive psychology, when we want to feel better about ourselves, we compare ourselves to people who are not as well off in that domain. So if it's intelligence, you're going to compare yourself to someone who's not that smart, so you feel better about yourself. But when you want to improve, you look to the person who's the smartest and you're like, man, I need to get smarter. So there's actually methods of dealing with this effect. You're most likely comparing yourself to an unrealistic target. So if that person is, has a really high status with that, you're probably not going to reach it unless you try harder to. Look at the resources the other person may have. So going back to like fitness, they may have more money for healthier food, more time to go to the gym, or like they have people that they know who are personal trainers and they can help them out. And you should spend more time thinking about the positives, like how much you've improved in that domain. Things could be worse. You could not be progressing at all. And others might actually see you as a role model in that situation.
Interesting stuff.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Is that study like is that like tested on like a wide range of ages of people, or is it like, or do you know anything about that?
They didn't say, but normally they don't do like kids or anything. They do like people probably between like 20 and 50, 20 and 40.
Oh, okay, because I think I had something like that when I was in elementary school, like trying to compare yourself to the cool kid in class.
Oh yeah.
That happens
Me
a lot in elementary school. Some dude kicked the ball farther than I did, and mentally I was destroyed for a week.
Yeah, I always think about that.
Sorry,
Like
Alex,
the
I didn't
measurement of coolness in elementary school was like how far you can kick the ball,
Or how fast you could run.
how fast you can run. That was
If you were the fastest kid in like the
biggest
third grade, you were the coolest kid.
I was never the fastest kid. You guys see what I looked like? I was not a fast
I didn't know
guy.
you as a kid.
I don't remember.
You see me now. I'm not that different.
You're pretty fast. You played soccer.
Yeah, but I wasn't the best. I was a sub, man.
Oh man, don't say so short.
What about you, Andrew? Do you have anything like that?
I probably had these thoughts, but I don't know. None of them come to mind. I don't.
Really? You never experienced that kind of stuff?
I probably have, but I can't really think about it like anyone particular. I don't know. Probably.
What about you, Zach?
It just gets so
I mean,
shoved to the corner.
that sometimes happens in like classes. Like I'll compare myself to like a teacher. Like if it's a class I actually like and I want to know about, like I'll kind of be like, well, like maybe I'll never know as much as the teacher does, and I'm just like, well, they've already gone all throughout college and like majored in this stuff, so like obviously they're gonna know more than me. So,
But I have done that
feel
other
bad.
thing when making myself feel better to someone who did worse on a test. I'd be like, "What'd you get? 30? Got a 45."
God
Yeah,
damn.
there's always going to be someone who
Bully.
did better than you, but there's always going to be someone who did worse than you.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to know that going through life.
Yeah, and that's like you have to keep that constant thought in order to help yourself, right? To like make sure that you don't, I don't know,
You kind of like start sandbagging yourself, like
yeah,
comparing yourself to everyone who's like, all these people are getting all these like achievements and stuff and getting these jobs and going to school, but there's people that are worse off than you, and you're probably aren't even actually doing that bad.
yeah.
So keep that in
could
mind.
be homeless.
Yeah,
Could be homeless.
could be
Could
dead.
be a lot worse
Yeah.
than what it is.
Yep.
I didn't want to bring that up. That's kind of morbid, but
Yeah, but you know, whatever.
I would have to admit I do feel kind of down in the dumps when Zach's ahead of me in Halo, but you know, but I look at him and say, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it.
There
So
you go.
I flip it.
What about if you come across like you're having a bad allergy day and your nose is just
I want to kill myself.
when you see people breathing fine through both nostrils and you're like, damn, that could be me.
That could be me. I don't know. A lot of people have allergies, so
But you guys have seen Andrew when he's at
Andrew
his
has
lowest
like
allergy point.
extreme allergies.
Yeah,
though.
he goes through a box of tissues, and it's like, dude,
A day.
your nose is like red, and there's just skin, like it's all white because of how much you like put tissues
Oh,
on
we're
your
gonna
nose
get
and rub your
graphic. I've
nose.
seen Andrew lean over a trash
Okay.
can and just
no more.
next.
Trying to get
who's next?
PG.
All right,
13.
Andrew, you're
Hit
up.
us with the gaming segment.
I'm just kidding. Anyways,
or whatever you
oh,
got.
what you what?
No, I'm sorry.
You
Go
said
ahead.
whatever you got.
Go ahead.
Do not like to be interrupted. Anyways, a new game that I've been playing is, and you guys know this right now, Alien Isolation.
Yes.
Now I haven't beat this game.
It's not a new game.
Well,
no.
yeah, it's
Oh,
old.
for the people at home listening, this is not a new game. This came out like
10 years ago.
2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. It's based off the Alien franchise from the movies, but in a game. It doesn't involve Ripley from the movies, but it mentions her, and it has a character related to her. But essentially, it's kind of like the movies, but you're a different character and on different ship and
And it's
everything.
not canon, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But anyways,
There's no cannons? Is that
no,
what you
it's in
said?
space.
Like canon isn't
Oh.
like part of the
Universe.
or is it just something else? Whatever.
So the people who don't know, Alien Isolation is a horror game taking place in the future where you're coming across a ship that you're looking for your mom, but the ship has an alien on it. And you're trying to, once you get on the ship, you're trying to gather intel on where she is. But in the meantime, you're trying to get off and trying to hide from the alien. So in where I'm at right now, I have now dealt with the alien, and I don't like it.
You don't like the game anymore?
No, I love the game,
Andrew was
but
telling me
I
about
don't like the alien.
it. He's terrified.
I don't like. Yeah.
I thought you said you don't get scared.
Well, when that thing's running up on me, I don't like it.
I've been in the party when Andrew's playing it, and he just starts screaming whenever that thing comes around.
I think it's a different type of fear because I have played Outlast, which is another horror game, but I don't know. I think that game it's different because in Alien, I know what it is. I know its limitations, so it's not magical. It's a physical alien, so it has to follow me somehow. So then usually where I'm at, it's following me through the air docks. It's scary because I can hear him like moving as I move above me. It's like, oh my god, he's right above me, and I have to watch out for air shafts because he can just come through and get me.
Okay.
That is scary. That's like scarier than the movies.
It's probably probably is because now you're involved.
Yeah.
And
You're the one controlling the person.
Yeah, and you have the little radar gun from the movies, from Aliens.
Oh.
And that makes it way scarier because you can see him on the gun, but you can't see him physically.
Just one alien, right?
Yeah, it's just one.
For now.
Shut up. Anyway, I'm only like a little bit over a quarter of the way, but I'm enjoying it a lot.
But you're also terrified.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You like put it off. You're like, I don't want to play this now.
Well, the last time I played, I had to stop because I couldn't figure. I kind of figured out how to get to where I'm supposed to go, but I wasn't feeling it, and I was like, I'm getting frustrated.
Yeah, you stop out of frustration. I've seen you swear off months off a game.
Yep.
Because one thing rubbed you the wrong way. You can't. How's that taste? Pretty good?
Oh,
What are you drinking?
delicious. What I'm drinking right now is vanilla Coca-Cola.
Sponsored by Pepsi.
Oh, no. Sorry, Coca-Cola. No. Anyways. Never. Anyways. But yeah, this is good cola, and the game is very fun. I do recommend. I haven't even finished it.
What about gaming news?
But you're going to finish it, right?
Oh, yeah. It's not like, the other games.
Yeah.
Where Andrew just stops
I know.
and
The
we'll
one
never
that Michael has mentioned, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I just stop out of pure rage.
Gaming news. I want news.
Hey, give us some news.
Give
What's
us some
going on?
news.
What day is it? Saturday?
This is just in. Go.
I don't know. Do you know?
What do you know about the new Google game
Stadia.
streaming?
Oh, the new Stadia thing, right?
Yeah, say what you know, and then Zach can
Oh, yeah.
overshadow
Professor.
you with everything else that he knows.
What I know so far is that it's all streaming, so they won't actually sell you a console, and you don't actually buy physical copies of the games. I don't even know how you get the controller, but whatever. I didn't even
They have
watch
their own
their little
controller.
presser
Is it like-
about it.
Is it like a Netflix thing? Like you buy the controller and then you can get like the app on your TV or
Well, hold
console or
on,
whatever?
Zach, give us
No,
a
I don't know what it is.
I didn't.
Give us
I don't even know that part.
give us a debrief of the whole of what it is.
I
What?
honestly, I
None
don't
of us
know.
know.
You know,
I didn't even watch the stream. I was asking Andrew. I figured he would have known.
Nah.
All I know is that essentially it's just like Google basically made like a console, like an Xbox, but like it's not gonna be in your home. It's gonna just live at like a data center, and then you just access that whenever.
yeah, you like straight up open up a tab on Google, and type in the game, and then you play it. You don't need to download it or install it or
So I
anything.
can play it on my Google Chrome, like on my computer or something.
Yeah, they said they made it so that you could stream it 60 frames,
Really?
4K or 1080p with like super minimal
at
Lag and
specs.
stuff.
25 megabits per second, which is like it's pretty basic. Like unless you live like out in the country, you pap that most likely.
Oh, that's cool.
Why would you live out in the country? That's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's a terrible place to live.
It's scary.
Shout out to the country folk.
There's a lot of wildlife out there, huh? There's
Like
possums and bees and
Spiders.
Yeah, there's a lot of dangerous stuff out there.
bears.
Bears.
You better have a
Will
sword.
keep you up at night.
Keep that
Now,
secret,
Andrew,
that's
is this something that you would be willing to try?
I would be willing to try, but I'm not in. I don't have high hopes that it'll actually be what it is. I mean, the basic functions of it will probably work, but like everything else, like I remember seeing something where they're saying there's no lag. I was like, okay, whatever.
That's a lie.
Yeah, it's a lag.
No, there's gonna be lag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But everything else, the service will work, hopefully. But I don't know. We'll have to see.
Now, I saw kind of a breakdown of like the technical aspects of it, and like in their tech showcase, like when they invited all the people to come out and try it, in like the best case scenario, it had about the same like input lag that like an Xbox would have, but like that's the best case scenario. So like when you come out to, and like any basic like rural area, like you're gonna get a lot more lag than they had just by nature.
There's some foreseeable problems that will happen, but we'll have to see.
But one cool thing I did see about it was like if you're watching like a YouTube video and they'll say like, hey, look at this moment, you can just immediately say like have it jump to that point in the game and you can play it from exactly where that is.
That's cool.
So I thought that's kind of like if you're just watching someone do a playthrough and you're like, oh, I remember that part, and like you kind of want to do it, you're like, then you just jump right in and go right to it.
That's cool.
Man, I can't wait. That's
They-
so futuristic.
Did they say a price or no?
Nope.
I don't think they said anything. Like if you even have to pay for it at all, which I think you have to.
You would have to. They wouldn't give that up for
But-
free. There's no way.
But I mean, there is this slightest possibility it could just be like they just have ads constantly going through.
Yeah,
During the game.
every 5 minutes
Maybe.
you play a game.
Ooh.
I mean, I think they're smart enough not to do that, but I don't know.
We'll have to see.
I could see them doing that. That would be bad. I don't think I'd like that. I don't know. I hope it doesn't do that, but it seems cool.
Speaking of ads, I keep getting ads for Gillette like razors. How often do you guys shave? I shave I have the least amount of facial hair.
I have to
here 'cause
shave.
I'm like a baby.
I have to shave pretty often for work, but that's it.
What if you didn't? How often would you shave?
I probably wouldn't actually shave. I'd probably just use my trimmer. Keep like a stubble or something, something
You're a
short.
fancy guy. All right.
I don't shave I wouldn't shave often. Like before I had to shave for work, I wouldn't shave all that
Would
often.
you use a straight razor? Straight.
No, I use a 6-blade Gillette Fusion Pro Glide.
Oh wow. Do you work for them?
Do you know the model number?
Is that where you work?
No, but if you want to contact me, Gillette, let me know.
Oh,
You want to work at Gillette?
Ew.
I'll sponsor Gillette.
yeah. Let's get Coke on the line, yeah?
Let's get McDonald's. Might as well
Yeah.
go all the way to the
let's
top.
just get the trifecta.
But you know who doesn't shave as often as he would like to? That man Andrew right there.
I do like shaving.
As often as he would
You
like.
like
to.
shaving?
Oh,
It's because he likes to be
I
clean
like being
shaven.
clean shaven.
Okay.
But he
yeah.
would let it
I do
grow.
too.
So
He
to
lets
answer your
it-
question, once a week. But I
See, I don't
feel
like that.
it's coming down
I'm right
to
there
it
with
has
you.
to be
Twice.
less than that.
Twice a week or what?
More than that.
More than that, my bad. I don't know
'Cause-
the word, sorry.
Because
Anyways,
you get like itchy, right? And that irritates you.
it gets not as bad. Like way back when I could actually grow a full beard and would let it grow like for like a month. Towards the end, it'd start to itch. But now it doesn't itch too bad when I actually let it grow out. But the only thing is that sometimes if I look down, it'll get caught on my shirt, the hair, or when I'm
world?
sleeping and I roll over. I hate that feeling of the fucking facial hair on the pillow.
What kind of facial hair are you growing? It's
Long.
catching your.
Yeah, mine can do that. Like right now.
Oh well, maybe I'm. The
And I
stupid
shaved this
one then,
morning.
I guess. Alright. You shaved this morning?
Yeah.
Now, to Zach, how long often do you have to shave? Or just do I don't know.
Did you say how long often?
I don't know.
Yes, he did. But I mean, my facial hair grows like ridiculously fast.
Yeah, you're
So-
Swedish. You got Viking blood in you.
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of Mexicans.
If I like need to stay clean shaven, I have to shave every day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But if I don't really have to look like presentable or nice, I'll usually shave once a week. And even after, like by that point, it's already like it's soft. It's not really scratchy anymore. It's just like personal
And
preference.
it's
I
coming
shave.
out and it shorts like almost like copper wire.
Yeah.
So like, sorry, Mike, your boy.
I am a boy.
Yeah, but once you let it grow out like a little bit, it gets smoother and it's not so bad. But it does do that, Andrew. When it does,
Yeah,
when I do that,
it gets
does.
caught.
It gets caught. Yeah.
It's
I'm
terrible
not a boy.
feeling. But I think
a real
the
man.
pillow one is worse.
Yeah, you complain about that a lot. That's why I was always like
He complains about everything.
pissed off at you
No, I
because
don't.
you'd say, "Oh, I hate growing my facial hair so long because it itches. Like, just shave more often."
Yeah, but we're doing the bullshit no shave, God knows what, November, I
November?
guess. Yeah.
One thing I learned about Andrew is that life is a chore for you.
Yeah.
You wake up like,
get up
damn it,
today.
I gotta do this all over again.
Every day, I'm like, I'm awake.
Damn.
What's up, Zach?
All right, so we should probably move on.
Yeah.
I'll hit my topics kind of a bit faster since we don't have that much time. So there's something I read that was actually really strange. So a couple weeks ago, I mentioned that SpaceX had launched their new capsule that can fit people into it. So now they're testing their new capsule that's actually going to send people to the moon and Mars and basically the one that actually matters. And so essentially when a capsule goes into an atmosphere of either Earth, like when they're coming back, or they're going to land on Mars or something, there's an atmosphere too, and it generates a lot of heat. So you need to come up with a way to cool off the thing so it just doesn't either break up or burn up while it's going down. And I noticed that they came up with like a really strange idea to cool off this one. It's essentially just sweats. So like they'll just pump the rocket fuel, like the liquid rocket fuel, and while it's going into the atmosphere and it's getting really hot, it will just vaporize and come out of the pores.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's really
How did they
weird,
come up with
and I was just kind of thinking, like, I bet the guy who came up with that, like, he was given a task probably over the weekend.
Probably really sweaty.
And was like, yeah, like, was like, well, what did you come up with for, like, the solution? He had no idea, and he was just sweating a bunch of, like, bingo, I got it.
Should make the rocket sweat.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea.
Why did you think of that?
I don't know.
I was thinking either like sprinklers or some, like, I don't know, water guns on the inside.
See, there's all these things that you bring up, Zach, with the rocket
know how
stuff.
to
It's
do
like
it.
all these tiny barriers that really hold us back from like really going into space, because it's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have to like totally like make your own sci-fi things, right?
Yep.
The sweating rocket. That's like, who would have thought of that? That's pretty cool.
Sweaty guy who probably didn't have an idea when he got called into his manager's office.
Probably, but if they're gonna move forward with this, that's pretty interesting.
Right. Next.
I like that.
Okay, next
for it.
one.
Hit me with another one.
Hold on. Oh, so like facial recognition is taken off in a lot of stores and everything, but there isn't a lot of regulation going on with it. So there's actually stuff that's been popping up mainly along the East Coast where this is a lot more like prevalent. But like, say if you're caught like shoplifting, you know how
Been there.
we used to go to a convenience store back in high school and there would be shoplifters, and so they'd start like just banning people out of the thing. They'll just like have like a little picture, say like, hey, don't let this guy in. But now with facial recognition, you can just share that to like basically every store in the area. So it's like
Never
essentially
shop again.
Yeah. I was
That's
like,
kind of messed up.
yeah, because there's no regulation. So it's like they'll just do that, and he's banned everywhere.
Goddamn.
I was like,
You can't live.
like you make one tiny mistake. Like, I mean, I don't condone shoplifting, but like still, like I don't think that should warrant like you just can't shop anywhere
Full
now.
on ban. Across the world.
It's like, sorry, you only shopping online now.
And that's where we got Amazon now. That's where our shopping's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sooner rather
Turning
than
into
later.
that.
You should make the regulations. What's up?
All right, my last one kind of has something to do with this. There was an incident that happened, I think it was this last week. Some guy had ordered a TV off of Amazon, nice 75-inch brand new TV, but he received that, he signed the package and he got it. And then like the next day, another TV showed up, an even bigger one, like an 85-inch TV. And by law, you can take those, like if it's delivered to you and you sign for it, that's yours. You have all the rights to keep that. It's not illegal. But he got arrested for it.
Oh, my heart.
And they're saying he could face jail time.
What?
For buying TVs?
He bought one TV, but he got a second one free.
Interesting.
What?
Yeah.
But like, so you know how there's like an address on the box or whatever?
Mhm.
It was still addressed to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
They sent him to the right place. They just sent him an extra TV. And like he had even contacted Amazon, like, hey, like what should I do? And they said, yeah, there's no problem. You can just keep it. Like the way the postal service works and like the laws regulating all that, it says that it's legally his now. Like he can keep it. But they still arrested him and like they're saying he could go to jail. I was like, what? That's crazy.
Has Amazon stepped into it more, or are they just?
But when I had found the article, they hadn't commented on the point. So
I saw like a TV. It was like, I don't even know how big it was, but it had like everything a TV could have. I think it was like over $20,000.
oh god. Wait, I think I seen that TV.
Not
It's like an outdoor TV. Like it's specifically designed so like it could be outdoors in like extreme heat, like well over 100 degrees and well below 0 degrees. But like I was still like, it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
probably not.
What kind of job do you have to have that you can spend 20 grand on a TV?
I don't
You'd
know.
have to be Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Or like when you'd even need a TV like that.
to survive
case
the
your old
elements
one
of
broke.
weather.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna take this TV to the bottom of the ocean. And I want it still to work.
It's not waterproof though, is it?
Yeah, it was waterproof. Well, I mean, if it's outdoorsy.
Oh, okay.
Well, if Andrew wants to game anywhere he wants to go,
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
that's what
are you
for
gonna
him.
spend $20,000?
No. I'm not. I don't do so good with the outdoors. So
Oh yeah,
No.
it's true. There's plants,
plants that produce pollen,
allergens.
with
Allergens.
changing air currents, wind. No.
Man, you just really got screwed the way your body grew, huh?
Every time I walk around school, I run away in fear. Like cover my nose.
Grass.
You're gonna develop agoraphobia.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
You know what that is?
No,
Fear of outdoors, right?
You're
Oh, yeah.
outdoors and interacting with.
that's fine with me.
Is it? How you gonna
Yeah.
how you gonna get your Coke? Your vanilla Coke?
Amazon
You have to answer the door, and then that lets in all the.
gas mask.
Where are you gonna get a gas mask? Amazon. You have to. You have
Have
to
you
open the
seen
door.
Howie from the Benchwarmers? It's gonna be
Yeah.
Andrew.
I already have to live
a
off
napkin.
Claritin. Shout out to Claritin D. But anyways, I have to live off that now. I'm gonna have some sort of protection.
He really does have to live off of it. You've been living off it for
Years, like
years. He can't survive allergy season
probably
without
around
it.
10 years.
He can't survive.
There's gotta be
without it.
something you can do. Some kind of surgery you
Just
can get.
cover my goddamn face.
Just cut off your nose. Get rid of it.
I've thought about that.
You need
You're
it.
gonna cut
Get
it
rid
off?
of this. I'd rather have
A
the
steak
cut off.
knife? I'm like,
Stay there and just saw your nose
Go to the
off.
doctor and have him perform surgery to remove my nose, or just plug it up.
how do you
Cement.
breathe now? Your nostrils are pretty small.
I know that probably plays a big part in it.
All right,
So
we
if
should
anything gets
probably
on there,
move
it's,
on.
it's over.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Main topic. So I had a thought the other day. There's all these projects coming out. Like there's let's go with games for starters. There's things like an Uncharted movie coming out, a Gears of War movie coming out. There's a Halo TV show coming out. There's a Witcher TV show coming out, and I just kind of had a thought like a lot of these things like I'm kind of happy with, but it made me thinking like what would I prefer like these franchises to be like, either a TV show or a movie? Like specifically like with the Halo one, I was actually somewhat disappointed that it's a TV show because I think it would work a lot better as a movie. So I was wondering what all you guys think. Like would you rather like have one of these franchises, do you prefer if it's a movie or a TV show?
I prefer if it's a movie, but in the state of the entertainment industry, TV is some
You talking about Halo?
just in general.
anything.
Yeah, I agree with him on Halo though. It should be a movie. Probably just better off because I don't know. I feel like it's very limited when it comes to TV because there's a lot. The budget for making TV shows far less, and usually if it does get really expensive, it's either the whoever is making it their top priority or it's a big gamble and it ends up like Marco Polo or something like that.
Or it's in like a later season like
Yeah.
Game of Thrones where when they first started out, their budget was super small, so they could never show any battles. But now their budget is crazy per episode, so now they can show all that kind of stuff.
So, in the current state, it's probably better if it's TV, but if it was up to me, I'd rather have them as movies.
You want to go next? I feel like you have an
do.
all-knowing
I
answer.
have
All right,
something
Alex,
prepared.
hit us with
What
this.
time are you? 2 minutes?
Prepared. No, I'm more than 2
I'm
minutes.
gonna pour water on you. Go ahead.
I am not for the TV. I'm really not.
That's fine.
In general,
No, for certain things, TV's fine. I actually think Halo is fine for TV. I think Halo is
agree.
fine because Halo hasn't. It's still a video game. It maybe if it had a movie that already was out, but thank God it doesn't. But it's a game right now still. And I'm gonna go back to Star Wars because I want to. There was a rumor like not a long time ago, maybe a month ago, that Obi-Wan was going to be made to a TV show. And I was very mad about that because Obi-Wan is already a well-known character.
Yes.
Obi-Wan deserves the silver screen. He deserves the theatrical release, dude. Like, and maybe just said it. We're going to make an Obi-Wan trilogy, right? We don't need like a limited series. How much can we cover with Obi-Wan, to be honest? Right? Give him 3 movies, make them big. That's what the Star Wars fans want right now. They want Obi-Wan back.
that's what you want.
They want Ewan McGregor back.
Heartburn. And continue.
And that's what I think that he should be on, is the big screen. If he's on the small screen, I'm still going to watch the shit out of it, but I would rather want him to be on.
Because you love Star
big
Wars so
screen.
much, you'll watch whatever.
Not true. I don't watch Resistance. Anyways,
What's Resistance?
It's their new
Exactly.
show, right?
but that's what I think. Halo, fine with TV, fine with that completely. Depending on the story, though, if they want to tell the story of the Chief, which I hope they never do, maybe a movie. But that's what I think. I want Star Wars on. The big ones, like Obi-Wan needs to be a movie.
Man, shaking over
like
here.
The Mandalorian, that's fine. Who cares? I don't know who that is, right? The Mandalorian would be fine. Would be great for TV. Obi-Wan deserves the movies, for sure.
Isn't he in movies already?
He's not. Yeah, but
Oh, his own.
you weren't listening.
Oh,
No, he wasn't.
What do you think, Michael?
Well, I have a much more vague answer, but I feel like if it has a super dense like universe of like storylines and stuff, then TV show, because that allows them to have seasons, episodes, more time to develop on that universe. If it's something like Uncharted, which is just like a couple of characters, movie. You don't have much to explore outside of like Nathan Drake's adventure. So there's not really a need for a TV show. You can cram that all into like 2.5 hours. That's it.
Now, I do like that what you said because it's so condensed
Genius. Oh.
in what they have. And that's why I don't really like what they do with TV shows, because sometimes you get filler episodes. And I don't want that. Like, if you're able to write a story, like, let's give it a trilogy. I know people want to make franchises and movies. Like, do a trilogy then. Take the time to write it. Make the movies like 3 hours long if you have to. I'm tired of studios only making 2 hour long movies. Like, Avengers is rumored to be 3 hours long.
You want them longer?
no, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that, dude. Tell the story that you want to tell.
I don't
I'm
care.
completely fine with that. If Avengers is going to be 3 hours, it needs to be 3 hours. It has to be. Let them do that. Like, let's try to be more.
We're gonna
take
start
more
bringing
risk with
back
that.
like intermissions.
No, there was no intermission in Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Oh, he got you there.
Well,
talking
if
about,
you
like-
count the extended edition, that's 4 hours. There is.
Yeah, there is when you change the disc, but still, like,
That's an
the
intermission.
theatrical cut, Return of the King is like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
I'm saying like
It's
a
true.
literal intermission in the theaters. Like they
Like,
give you like 5 or
get
10 minutes
popcorn.
to go to the bathroom or something.
No.
No. You
No.
don't have concern for anyone else besides yourself.
If you want to walk out, we can walk out.
That's why they don't make it 3 hours, because they have to take into account.
No,
people.
that's
make it
not
3 hours
why
because
they
they're
make them
pussies
3
like
hours.
you,
They make
Michael.
them. They make movies
Hold
2
in your
hours
piss.
because that's how they get more show times.
I have a normal functioning body that's
So
not
do
allergic
I.
to
I'm just
air
kidding, mine
outside.
works pretty hard. I pushed it to the limit.
I have control of my bladder, but that's what I think. They
Same.
should
You think you have control of your bladder?
that if like
No, he does with his
certain
brain.
things, like Lord of the Rings TV show. I'm fine with that. They want to explore so much of the Second Age. And that's a vast world. We don't even know what it's completely about yet. But that's completely fine with TV because it sounds like they're going for a Game of Thrones feel, which I'm completely fine with. But something like Halo, it depends on how they pitch it, honestly.
Now, why I don't like the idea of Halo as a TV show is because they've even come out saying like Master Chief is the main character. So I was like, first of all, you can't really do that very well on like a TV show budget. And
Nope.
considering it's like a sci-fi universe kind of thing, like you need a lot of CG, and on a TV show budget, that's usually not a good combination.
They said he was the main character,
Yeah,
so he's going to speak a lot.
evidently.
Well, he did that in Halo 4.
Yeah.
And it worked
I
fine.
think as long as they handle it somewhat sparingly, it'll be good. But I'm just thinking, like, I think it would work better with a shorter runtime and a much higher budget in a movie because it is essentially just like an action flick.
It is.
And
It's
I
like
mean,
an epic movie.
that you can't really stretch that out into 10 hours of a TV show and make each standalone hour an interesting story in
I
itself.
don't think so either. Because looking at the games, there's like what 5 main characters, like on the good side, and like maybe 3
Yeah.
on the bad side. Really, like there's not a lot of stuff. It's like, well, what we've seen is like a small like pocket of the war. What's happening? It's the main one, but it's a small pocket of the
Yeah.
war. What's happening? If they wanted to like show more of it, more of the UNSC, more of the Covenant. Yeah, but if they said it's going to be about Master Chief, I'd take a movie. More movies. Keep that more concealed.
Yep.
Make it 3 hours. Make it a trilogy. Do it. I'm fine with that. Andrew, you're nodding your head. You actually agree with me.
I'm agreeing with you. Yes.
You're all for the movies then.
Yeah.
But you do love TV.
Yeah. It's it. But TV's a bitch though, so there's many hours. There's not enough hours in the day.
And do you find like some of these shows like do take the filler episodes a lot or no?
Not really. And if they, sorry, my bad. The Walking Dead has seasons of filler, so that is a good.
Is a prime example of what goes wrong with TV shows.
But those are coming into movies now though.
With the TV show still going though.
Yeah.
Which is probably a mistake.
They're doing both of them now, TV show and now movies.
But they're kind of taking away from the show specifically for the movie. Like they just gutted like a lot of their main characters, like either them wanting to be done with the show or they're just like, well, we need those characters so that we can have them for a movie so you can still relate to these people.
But I also think like to your point, like show or movie, you don't have to leave your house to watch the show. You can stream it.
If you wait, you can watch a movie at home.
That's true, but
Yep.
I think like if it's made for the movies, then you should see it in the movies. I'm a firm believer in that.
True that.
Firm believer. Like, I'm not gonna go to the movies to watch. What was it? Like a Netflix movie is not made for the theaters. You can kind of tell it's not.
It's made for Netflix.
Yeah.
It's made by Netflix.
No, but he's saying like
Maybe.
they still put them in theaters.
Some of them, right?
Yeah.
They do? Like what?
Oh, what was that dumb movie? Wasn't Triple Frontier gonna be in theaters for like a couple?
Yeah, selected theaters.
Ooh.
I don't think I would have seen that
Like
one
they
in
still put
theaters,
them in theaters, and they've done it from other ones in the past, and they're still gonna do it. But
I wonder how many tickets they sell for those.
I don't know.
Probably not many.
No.
If it's on Netflix. But yeah, I think if a movie is like meant for the movies, and if like
you can tell
like
that
Halo and
between them.
Halo is definitely meant for the movies.
Yeah.
I want to see that in the movies. That's
like
why I would rather
Avatar. I actually really liked it in the theater, but then like just watching it on like my TV at home, I was like, oh wow, that was much less impressive.
Or Interstellar, made for the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that, Mike, or you?
No, he looks like he fell
No,
asleep.
I was laughing at you when you're saying you're a firm believer. Like you have this creed of movie watching.
Mantra.
Yeah, dude. This is kind of all off topic, but did you hear about Steven Spielberg? How he's like kind of like against the Netflix movies.
Oh, being like in consideration for like Oscars and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you with him or against him?
Not really. Like if it's a Netflix movie, I mean, it's essentially held to the same standards, so I don't see why it should be held in a different category.
Yeah, I'm kind of with him because, like when he first came out, it took him a long time just to get his movie into a theater, and it still does take a long time to get your movie in theater. And I don't know, I like that.
There's like different paths, like going that very traditional path. It's been around for a while. It's so much harder to go that way than to get it on Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix has so many originals too.
They
I think
do.
I saw like they've already have more originals than what they have like licensed to them, like already existing shows from
It's
other
pretty
places.
crazy.
I mean, I think if you hold him to a different standard, you're just essentially saying like Netflix movies are inherently different. Like they don't have to be as good. So like it could be a great Netflix movie, but it could be a terrible movie. But like if I see a movie on Netflix, I don't care if it's made by Netflix. It's just a movie. So like if it's like, oh, it's one of the best movies Netflix has ever done, but if they're shit at making movies, I don't care. I still don't want to see it. It's still a bad movie.
Yeah, I agree. Like we saw Triple Frontier, I thought that was the best Netflix movie I've seen.
But was it a good movie?
Oh no.
I'd say it's enjoyable.
Nah, you hesitated.
So give it like a quick rating out of 10.
Something to
7. So that's like an average movie.
Yeah,
That's a C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's barely passing in school.
yeah. That's what I give it.
All right. So like best Netflix movie, meh. Like so then if it was a real movie, like just releasing in theaters, I would probably not see it
Yeah.
because I would not care enough.
I think they got me with the cast. Like, I like that cast.
It was probably the plan all along.
Yeah, because it wasn't really developed all that well, to be honest. But the cast was attractive, so I watched it.
Damn.
It attracts you. You like those actors.
Okay.
Jesus. Don't
You already
take it.
paid
out of
to
context.
see
Just say it. You just
It's
say
only
it.
a monthly fee.
The cast was attractive.
Yeah,
How's that sound in your head?
like the cast attracted me to watch the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael. Are you trying to start something?
I want to so bad to end this off, but I can't think of anything.
No, I think Andrew has one more thing, right?
No, I'm done.
I don't think he does.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring up the comedy thing.
Nah.
What
Next time.
comedy thing?
I was gonna ask you something about comedy, but nah.
It was just favorite
Well, now
comedy
we're
movie, right?
intrigued. See, I hate
Yeah,
when he-
yeah.
I hate when
Oh,
he
now
does
it's,
this.
hooking
now
so
it's
much.
Alex's point.
Okay.
Oh,
Alex, tell us what he was going to tell us.
You piss
I mean,
me off
I live in the
so
moment.
much.
I don't like
it was a good. It was,
creating a list or a checklist.
well, he had a good one.
I
It was
just-
like your favorite comedy.
Yeah.
And I have mine. You have yours. You guys have one you can think of.
I have like two that come to mind.
Oh yeah, I have one.
Actually, maybe
Easy.
three.
Ooh.
It's not a well-known movie.
Well, you guys go so I can. I
Slam
want
and
to try and
salmon.
narrow it down to
Okay.
one.
You probably. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one, but
I just said mine. You just
You
Wait,
said
what'd you
something?
say?
slam and
Okay.
salmon.
oh, speak louder.
Oh, yeah.
Now I got
Mine is Young Frankenstein.
Continue. Why?
That's the whole title, Andrew.
Oh God, it's so like witty and funny, and it takes like that whole old school horror movie, like with the castle off in the distance, and then the creepy music and the lightning strike that lights up everything. It's so funny, and Gene Wilder just sells
So
it.
funny.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
cute,
just
so
make
it's
fun.
funny.
It's funny. It moves nice. Igor is funny, and the whole thing, it's like it tries to be serious, but it knows it's not serious, which makes it really, really funny.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter Boyle as Frankenstein is really good.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, what is it? Oh, Young Frankenstein is an older movie, basically a giant spoof on the Frankenstein
Yeah.
movie. So it's just basically taking that premise and making it into a comedy. And all the little tropes that are in a Frankenstein movie are just made fun of.
Yeah,
And it's very funny.
it's so good. That's my
Right,
number
Zach.
one. I think number two for me would be Dumb and Dumber,
Oh,
just because I like the Harry and Lloyd thing.
That you can tell there's the good chemistry between Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey. It was good. Makes
Did
it
you
all
say
the
yours
better.
yet, Andrew?
I think me and Michael, I had the same one as Michael, Slam and
Slam and
Salmon.
Salmon?
Yeah, top tier. On another
I
level.
brought that just on like a random day too to show you
Yeah.
guys, and I didn't think you guys were
That
gonna like
turned
it
into
that much.
such a great, like,
It's like an inside joke with us of a great comedy movie.
It's funny as hell.
People, if you're listening, watch Slam and Salmon somehow.
Find that.
Oh.
If you don't
care
know,
how.
it's the Super Troopers guys, right? So if
Yeah.
you've seen that, then
This is like, I don't know if it's exactly right after, but it's after they've made Super Troopers.
and it's nowhere as well known, right?
No. I have literally never heard
diamond
anyone
in the
else
rough.
talk about it
Yeah.
besides us.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
it sold like 10 copies, and Michael had one of them.
And I burned one of them too. Was it
You burned it?
not like with the lighter?
Copy.
right?
Oh, you burned it. Okay, I was like, what? Why would you burn it? What about you, Zach?
Okay,
This is probably.
I cannot narrow it down between. Okay, so one of them,
Monty Python.
Nacho Libre.
that's a
For-
good
for-
pick.
That's a good
For
one.
just like a really dumb comedy, you don't have to think about at all,
I know
and it's
the
just
other one.
great. I think you do. I want to hear what you think.
Napoleon Dynamite.
No,
Damn it.
I wanted to go
like the
into a
same
separate
movie.
vein.
All right, go ahead.
Napoleon Dynamite was one of my four, but something that's like diametrically opposed to Napoleon and Nacho Libre is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I love that movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's like a witty comedy, so it's kind of opposite. One's just dumb, you don't have to think about it. The other one's like you do have to think about a lot of the jokes, so it'll just go over your head.
Yeah. But that's the only one I've ever seen. I haven't seen any of the other ones.
I've seen Life of Brian.
Are they as good? Or are they?
It was decent, but like I had seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail when I was like 5 or 6. So like that's always kind of been a thing in my family. The other ones were never really as popular.
Yeah.
So it's been the one that's stuck with me.
I was late to that because I remember in school, like, people were talking about that. Like, dude, I've never heard of that in my life. And then they showed it to me, and I was like, wow, that's pretty freaking funny.
I mean, they're pretty old too, so
Yeah.
that's probably why.
That was a good one. Did you have one more or no?
No, those were my two. I narrowed it down to two. But Slam and Salmon, also great.
Ants.
And whoa, calling that movie
That's
that masterpiece
Transcends multiple
comedy
genres.
is not that would have been an insult to the.
When they study human life like 200 years from now, they're gonna find ants and be like, "Whoa, what is this?"
This is the Mona Lisa of cinema.
God damn.
It's got romance, war, tragedy.
It has it all.
Did you know Leonardo da Vinci? That was
Goddamn
him.
play.
That's him in the Mona Lisa, dressed as a woman, or it's supposedly. Yeah.
Really?
You never heard of this?
I did not.
I was hoping someone did.
Wait, how'd you know? From Assassin's Creed or what? That joke will come up in a later episode.
No. Well, anyways, go on, Michael.
Oh, I was done. That was my. We made it awkward now by saying.
And on that disappointment, we should probably end.
Yeah.
Oh, you're throwing it to
Wait,
me.
no, Andrew, sign us off.
What?
Yeah, sign us off.
You sign us
Yeah,
off.
there's a request.
Go ahead. There was a
How
request.
do we sign off? What do we do?
Just
Thank you
however,
for listening.
However feels good.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before I sign off, Michael,
Yeah.
don't push me.
No.
Other notable comedies, I would say, I do really like The Hangover, and this is the end.
I believe we moved on.
Anyways,
Yeah, no one cares.
I care.
oh, thank you, Alex. Thank you. This is one of the first times I'll thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The last time too.
First or the last time?
You started shit for me.
I like the trend.
Go ahead.
All right. Well,
done.
thank you guys for watching this week's episode. Listening.
Start over. Do it
To
again.
be continued. Start over.
Yeah, do it again. Take two.
God.
Go
Let
ahead.
me just write it down. Pause.
Hurry up.
Pause.
We're using up all of our film.
Fine. You get me all riled up now, Michael. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Out of the Ordinary Friends.
Oh my god.
Now I can't stop myself.
Is that an impression?
What was that?
Yeah.
That was an impression of me.
Oh yeah, can you guys do impressions or no?
I forgot.
No, never mind. Thank you guys for listening to this week's episode. You can find us on podbean.com or Apple, iTunes, Apple, whatever, podcast.
Apple Podcasts.
We're here every week. Thank you guys. See you next time.